Hi everyone, back here again for another video. I would like again to thank you all who have subscribed and brought us to 1,000 subscribers and 500,000 views. I posted my first community post and most of you voted for another iPad best tips video. So here it is. First tip is about typing, as this has helped me type faster, especially for the most commonly used words and phrases, or even my email address that I type a lot. What I'm referring to is the text replacement. This feature can be found under the general settings, so go to the keyboard settings, then go to text replacement. From here, you can set it up whatever keywords or shortcuts you want to use and be replaced with the proper word or phrase. Here are some examples. I am entering an email address as the phrase, and then the shortcut is my email. So when I type in this shortcut, it will be replaced with the phrase or here the email address. Another one is for YouTube, which I can use the text replacement in Safari. So here I enter YT as the shortcut in the browser, and this banner will show the text replacement. I press the spacebar to select and key in the text replacement. I added some of the common ones like call me please, where are you? And when I'm using a keyboard, again, just key in the shortcut, hit the spacebar, and the text will be automatically replaced. A great way to do a search is by using Spotlight Search. This is one of my favorite shortcuts or features. It keeps me in the flow of my work and eliminates disruptions. When using a keyboard, I just hit Command and Spacebar and type in whatever I want to search for. I can do this wherever I am, whether in an app or on the home screen. Another tip, if there's already a text inside the Spotlight Search, to quickly erase it, use Command and period, which is like the escape key on the Magic Keyboard. Another way to do a search is to ask Siri. Tap and hold on for a few seconds on the power button to activate Siri. But there's another way to ask Siri that I don't need to speak. I can just type my question to Siri. This is useful when I'm in a public place and I don't want people knowing I'm talking to my iPad. To be able to use this feature, go to Accessibility Settings, go down and look for Siri, and turn on Type to Siri. So now when I click and hold the power button, it will activate Siri, but instead of me talking, it will ask me to type the question. Another good way to type to Siri is by using the floating keyboard and swiping to type. Using the floating keyboard is quite handy when I'm not on my desk and I'm standing or moving around and holding the iPad. Using the floating keyboard is very possible to use wherever you are, like here on the notes. So I simply pinch in to show the floating keyboard and then swipe away to type the words that I want. I can easily drag the floating keyboard anywhere on the screen by tapping and dragging that slider bar. I think that's how it's called. And it's quite really impressive. The typing is very accurate. With every swipe I do, it recognizes the words that I want without any spell errors. To be able to use the swipe to type, make sure that it's turned on in the settings. So go into General in the keyboard settings and go down to find Slide on floating keyboard to type. And of course, to go back to the normal keyboard, simply pinch out on the floating keyboard. Whether I'm typing with or without my keyboard, this next tip is handy to easily undo or redo what I typed. Do a 3-finger swipe left to undo and 3-finger swipe to the right to redo. This works in a lot of different apps, whether it's Apple's apps like Notes, even Safari. When you type in a URL, you can do the 3-finger swipe to the left to undo or swipe right to redo. Even in Microsoft's OneNote, this also works kind of in a different way though. When I swipe to the left with 3 fingers to undo, it undoes the whole line, and swipe to the right will redo the whole line. This also works when I'm writing with my Apple Pencil. Some apps like GoodNotes will let me undo by tapping 2 fingers on the screen. But then if I want to do a redo, I can do the 3-finger tap and hold and swipe right to redo or swipe left to undo. Next are tips in using Safari. Since iPadOS 14, Safari became a way better browser, and it's now the browser I use most of the time. So to see all my open tabs, I pinch in slow, and then you will see all the squares to see all the open tabs. To open one of the tabs, tap or pinch out on it, and then you'll be on the normal screen. If I ended up having so many tabs, there's a search bar on the top left when you pinch in to show all the tabs. Simply type in a keyword and that will find and locate the tab with that keyword. Next, to close all the tabs, simply long press on the square on the top right. You can either close all tabs or just a single tab. Now, to show a desktop site, on the URL bar, you see the 2-letter A's on the corner of the search bar. Simply tap on it, and there's the option to show a website as a desktop site. On the same location, you can choose to increase the font of the website. This is different from the zoom. It's just simply to make the letters, the fonts really bigger. The plus sign on the top right, tap on and hold on it to see your previously closed tabs. Then to go into private mode, pinch in again, and then you'll see this private tab on the top right. Then you'll be browsing on incognito mode. And lastly, to add a shortcut of a URL on your home screen, tap on the share icon on the top right, and then click on Add to Home Screen. Then this will create an icon directly on your home screen. Now let's move on to some tips on the Apple's Notes app. I can easily indent a line by swiping right, and whether it's a normal line or a list with a checkbox. Next, to add a line or a grid, tap on the 3-dot icon on the top right, and then you can choose whatever style of lines or grids you want to use. Next, if you have more than one note that you want to move, and let's say you want to put it in a different folder, you can tap and drag and then tap again on another note, and you'll see the number, and then you can drag it to the folder that you want. So it's something similar to the moving photos in different folders that I've shown in my previous best tips video. In the Notes app, you can expand the size of the screen to be the full screen, and then you can swipe from the left side of the screen to show the menus, and swipe more further, and then you'll see the main list of folders. So you don't necessarily need to have the folders list showing all the time. You can hide it by maximizing the notes page and then simply swipe to the left to show all the lists. Next, you can also drag another note to do it on split screen view if you want to do a reference on a different note when you're studying or working. So you can do two Notes app side by side on split screen or even the slide over screen. Next, you can also drag photos even from a website to your notes in the Notes app. So you can put the Notes app and a website, let's say, into split screen view, and then tap on the photo from the website and drag it to the Notes app, and the photo will be automatically pasted on the notes. When doing a screenshot, you don't necessarily need to have an Apple Pencil to edit or write on a screenshot. Simply turn off on Only Draw with Pencil. When you do a screenshot, then you can edit it with just using and writing with your finger, and it works the same way as with writing on an Apple Pencil. Obviously, it's not that accurate like using a pencil, but it still works. The gestures, and the drawing of the arrows or circles with holding it will make accurate shapes. Last tip of the day is about copying and sharing photos between different Apple devices. Here for my iPhone, I downloaded a photo of my milestone of 500,000 views. So thank you to all of you guys. I've saved this photo in my Photos app, and then I click on share icon and click on copy, and then I put down my iPhone, and then I transferred to my iPad Air 3. From my iPad Air 3, I then open my Notes app and click on paste, and as it shows here, it will paste it from my iPhone. Amazing. Hope this video is useful, and again, thank you everyone for all the views and for all the subscribers. And for those who are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And that's it. Thanks for watching.